Assalamualaikum and hi. So me, Wan Muhammad Nazim bin Wan Nusaruddin, will be presenting about the hardest part, the most complicated part in my design. So as you can see here, this is my first part. Actually, I have three part. We started from part one, this one part where I name it as part one, part two, and part three, which is the 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 pin. So we start from the part one. First thing first, I draw the circle and then I extrude to become a cylinder here. And then on the cylinder, I draw the square, and then I extrude to become a box. Oh, let me. And then I draw a circle here in order to make a shape. I draw the circle in the middle of the shape, and then I extrude to become like this. And then I extrude cut in the middle of this joint, and then I extrude cut another part, and then in order to make the hole for the pin, I extrude cut with the shape with a cylinder shape here. And then I draw a square here, no rectangular, and then I extrude by using the extrude cut I remove this part because I want a bit more space here for the joint. And then alright, for this stopper, basically I draw the stopper, the limit which is the limiter I draw at the assembly part. So why it's showing up here, because I draw in the assembly part, I draw I draw I draw here, which is this one is called part 1. So that's why it's showing here this is showing the stopper. And then I draw the PVC pipe. I draw a circle in this hole, and then I extrude cut this PVC pipe in order to make this design. So the file for this thing is part 1 joint IA. So for the second part for my joint is this one, this design, which is the name of this file is part 2 joint I1. So the most harder part is, let me show you, this is not the hardest one, I mean most complicated. So alright, so started from here. First thing first, I draw the cylinder here, and then I draw the square here, and then I also draw a square here in the middle of this part, which is, let me okay, I draw a square here, and then I extrude this part to become like this, to become this shape. And then I extrude this part to become like this. First thing first, I draw a square here, and then I extrude cut. Then I do a lot of fillet in order to smoothing the surface design. So yeah, as you can see here, this is all the fillet that I do. for my design. And also I cut extrude to make the hole in order to insert the pin here lah. I will show the pin after this, the pin design, so stay tuned. Alright, and then I do this one. Yeah, this one is the I extrude cut. I draw the circle here in order to make the extrude cut of this hole for to insert the PVC pipe. And then below here is I draw on the PVC pipe. Alright, that's all for part 2. This is the second part, and then the name of this part is part 2 joint IA. So right, this is the pin that I want to show you. This is the design for the pin. I draw the cylinder and then I draw the hexagonal part here. That's all. So in this part, I do the assembly for this joint for my project, which is as you can see here. For the part 1 here is this part, which is with the circular shape of this joint, and then I assemble with the part 2, which is this one, with which is the inner part of this joint, and then the part 3 is this one, the pin, this one. Alright, and then I'm gonna explain the angle limit mates. So let me show you, which is this one. Alright, so as you can see here, the maximum limit that I had given is 40 degree, and then the minimum angle for given to me is negative 50 degree. So I'm gonna show the detail in this part. Right, so I had set the maximum value for the angle is 40 degree and then negative 50 degree for the minimum value. And then let's move to the physical stopper function at minimum and maximum point. Alright, as you can see here, let me rearrange this model. Alright, so as you can see here, we have two stopper, this one and this one. So the stopper, basically I draw the stopper at part 1. Also I draw it in this assembly part. So how does the stopper works? Let me show you. So I drag this part until the maximum here. So the stopper here will be functioning as the limiter for the maximum angle adjustment. And then I will drag this part to the minimum angle limiter. And then in order to stop this part from going to below here, I draw another stopper, which is this one, in order to limit the angle and the minimum angle, which is negative 50 degree. So, and then I will show you the dimension measuring for X, Y, and Z project. The dimension for X, Y, and Z. The X is 32 millimeter, and then for Y is 36 millimeter, and then the last one is Z is 43 millimeter. So let me zoom a bit to the dimension, the actual dimension for this joint. Alright, so for the X is this one, 32 millimeter, which is the below part, this one, the below part. So from this point to this point is 32 millimeter. And then for the Y part is from the outer left of the pin until right outer left, outer right of the pin, which is 36 millimeter. And then the height, which is the Z, 43 millimeter from this point to this point. Alright, so that's all. Thank you.